Okay, so what grade level?
Sixth grade.
Okay, and what school?
Harvest
Lavinia
Elementary. Lavinia Middle School in Delano.
The best,
Okay.
Or in English, the Vine.
Okay.
the best middle schoolers to
learned that
interview
today.
right here.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and then the topic today is early humankind and the development of human society. And our main question is, how did people live by the gathering and hunting way of life?
Okay.
Okay, so does anyone want to go first?
Alright, I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead, Kason.
Well, people thrived by gathering food, like vegetables, fruits, and meat, and women were the ones that gathered the berries, vegetables, and also the dairy, did the farming and everything.
Okay.
And the men were the ones that went out hunting for animals such as mammoths, deer, elk, bison, ox. But the only thing that they did sometimes, and sometimes like 50% did not hunt and did hunt, were cows. Because they use them for their farms so that they can get milk.
Okay, what about horses? Did they use horses as meat?
No, they did not. I think they rode horses.
They rode horses?
They rode horses.
It's early transportation.
Yeah, that was their early transportation. Or those were also like cows. They were like 50-50.
Yeah.
Sometimes they hunted, sometimes they didn't.
Okay. Okay, now what kind of tools did they use to hunt? Yes, Isaiah.
All right.
First. Okay, go ahead.
So they use axes,
Uh-huh.
fish traps, spears. They use all kinds of things to hunt.
I forgot one main thing. Bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
So you don't
Okay.
get
That's
that.
the one main thing that they did use.
When you're under pressure, like you can't think of anything.
That is
okay.
true.
Next question.
That's okay, next question. Okay, so then what animals did they hunt? Aiden, do you know?
They,
Animals.
they hunted a lot of animals like woolly mammoths and like oxes, bison, elk. It's already obvious.
It's okay.
But I basically said all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, do you guys want to pitch in any more animals?
Moose maybe.
Moose, maybe? Okay.
Fish.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, fish for the fish.
Maybe
traps.
birds.
Sharks.
You never know.
Maybe
Sharks,
like
birds,
chickens,
Chickens.
maybe?
Goats sometimes.
Okay.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe not.
Now, what role did the women take during this time?
The women took as the responsibilities, or like the role that the women took, were like the carers, the ones that took care of all the men,
Yeah.
that took care of the at-home responsibilities,
Okay.
like taking care of the children, the farming, the clothes, the washing, the organizing, gathering of food and everything.
Do you guys think that women wanted to go hunting with the men?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's like 50-50.
Maybe. We don't
Because
know.
there's a risk going to hunting, but then they're not part of the action. There's
But
like, oh my
also,
God, I don't
but
wanna
also, there's
I
the
agree.
other half
Okay.
of how women are today. They're like kind of like, it is our rights. We need our rights.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they were like that today, they've probably been saving up that energy for over the past years, because that's how they were back in like the 1900s, 1800s, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't like really
And
fair for
plus,
women back then.
the women,
No.
the reason why they choose not to probably do anything is because men had more power in this time, because they were the ones that
doing all the hunting.
doing all the hunting.
Doing
They had
all the
access to
dangerous stuff.
weapons. They had probably had more animal instinct than the women did, because they were the ones that were more around animals and that experienced what it is like around animals.
Okay, I agree.
And so that's what makes them more deadly, and how basically the male people of this time were the top of the food chain, because they were the ones that were hunting, had the biggest animal instinct, because you earn your animal instinct over time by being with animals and hunting animals.
Okay, I agree. Now, what about their shelters? How did their shelters look like? Do you guys know? Isaiah.
It could have been straw houses or like log straw houses, kind of like a teepee,
Uh-huh.
just kind of like a triangle.
Uh-huh.
And I do know that they have used fires, but a straw and a log house would be better for that, because you know how the logs might be spaced out.
Yeah.
So there will be more carbon dioxide getting out, so it wouldn't just all stick in.
Yeah, I've been somewhere before. They had a hole in the top of the roof, and to like stick it together, you use like mud. So when the mud is like hardened, and then
Yeah.
it's like kind of like glue.
Okay. So they kind of use it as cement.
Yeah, they were
Yeah, it's like cement.
They were like how beavers make their dams. They use sticks and mud. That's how the people back then did it, because I think they analyzed animals. Oh, they could have also hunted beavers too.
Oh, yeah, they
Because
did.
how else did they inhabit that ability to use mud? Because they would use they build like firehouses,
Right.
Like where they would have a hole at the top where they would create like little shelters and like a little doorway in the middle where you can go, and then there was a hole at the top where they would put their fires inside there, and they'd use the mud to build it up in the hole so that the smoke would get in there, so that the carbon dioxide doesn't like just stick in the room, so
And
that
stink
has
it
a
up or
place to go
something.
out, so
Yeah.
that they don't accidentally inhale it, and then
Okay. Well, thank you guys.
right?